Hey, I'm Ahsante, also known as Ahsante B, and I make videos over on Ahsante the Artist. I'm a creative, I always have been, and towards the end of high school, beginning of college, I decided I wanted to learn graphic design. And like many people wanting to learn how to do something, I turned to YouTube. And I found Karen Cavett. She posted a lot of graphic design videos that were super useful. But she also posted a lot of Harry Potter videos and green screen videos and a lot of other nerdy stuff. And I just thought, wow, this girl is adorable, and continued to watch through all of her videos. She also talked about something called Nerdfighteria. She had one video that was footage from a Nerdfighter gathering, and there were all these people getting together and giving each other hugs, and it was their first time meeting, yet they were so excited to see each other. And I thought, that's kind of strange. I don't get it, but that's interesting. And then through Karen, I started watching the Vlogbrothers. And I liked the Vlogbrothers because they were smart and talked about complex topics. But I never went down to the comments. I never felt comfortable engaging because I didn't feel like they were talking to me. I didn't feel like this community was for me. People who I saw talking about Nerdfighteria were white. The leaders, the commenters, the people of the Nerdfighter meetups, and they all seemed to be into Harry Potter, which is also very white. And then when John and Hank would make videos about World Suck, they wouldn't talk about race or racism at all, so I doubted if they even really cared. It seemed like a white thing, and as someone who prefers not being the only black person in the room, who knows that being online makes you vulnerable, and who knows what being the lone black person in a white space can lead to, I felt like I should stay on the periphery. These conversations about World Suck were not about the world I lived in. But wanting to believe the best in people, I still cared about this community. I saw it promoting social good and giving to charities. I watched Nerdfighters who I thought were awesome and insightful and good-hearted and who I wanted to be friends with. I wanted to feel like I belonged in the community, but because of the exclusion of race from the conversation, I felt like I couldn't fully get behind Nerdfighteria, and that really bothered me. So much so that I made a video expressing my concerns called Do You Belong in Nerdfighteria? Specifically, I found the Vlogbrothers' silence on issues of race in the wake of national coverage of several murders of unarmed black people, including Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown, to be particularly unnerving. I was honestly angry, and my tone in that video was sharper than it normally is. But I was angry because I knew they could do better, and I wanted them to do better. I wanted to be able to align myself with this community. The response to that video was incredible. Only a few days after it was posted, Hank made a response to it on his Tumblr, which was very thoughtful and acknowledged the problem and actually recommended watching my video. And then lots of white nerdfighters came to my channel and said that they had never realized that gap in the conversation and found the video really enlightening. And there were several people of color thanking me for making the video and being glad that Hank was finally talking about the issue. And not one person was defensive. Not one fan acted like the Vlogbrothers could do no wrong. Everyone was receptive and understanding and supportive, and that's when I knew this community was different. In other communities, if you call out a YouTube star, you will get backlash, but within Nerdfighteria, I have felt so warmly embraced and listened to. I've been involved in Nerdfighter collab channels, I hang out with Nerdfighters IRL, I've spoken at VidCon. In a full circle moment, I got to help Hank with his video On Lives and Mattering, which is pretty much the video I called him out for not making earlier, so I'm glad he listened and I'm glad I got to help. And now I work at a place that's pretty nerdfightastic. If you want to be a nerdfighter, if you like rolling with nerdfighters, if you're interested in open-minded, complex discussions, if you vibe with wanting to decrease world suck and making the world more awesome, then welcome to Nerdfighteria. We are happy to have you here. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Maya, for asking me to be on this channel. As I always say, remember to live spiritedly and think creatively. DFTBA.